Back at Dover, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has just taken the lead from Dale Jarrett. 38 laps to go.
And watch Junior stretch out away from the 88 car. Jarrett.
Take a look at the pass for the lead.
This was impressive. He goes in the corner, Jarrett goes up the hill, and Junior just drives by on the inside, keeping that car right down next to the apron.
Now Nadeau applying pressure to Jarrett for second. Rudd still behind Tony Stewart. Back in fifth.
I think Rudd has the potential to get up to second spot in the next 35 laps before this race is over, but I don't think he's going to catch Junior.
Bad news for Ricky with Junior back out in front. He may lose those 5 bonus points for leading the most laps. Ricky by Tony Stewart for fourth. Junior leads another 12 laps, 13 laps. He goes by Rudd for those extra championship points.
All right, here goes Nadeau trying to take over that second spot.
Not yet.
Can't quite get that run off the corner that he needs.
140,000 in Dover today. They're all standing. You know, we've got enough laps left to go that the handling characteristics of these cars will change.
And you're absolutely right, Alan. That's why I think the 28 car still has a shot, because it seemed to me like his car was better towards the end or middle towards the end of a run. Just don't know if he's got enough time.
Second place again.
Although while these guys are racing, he should be gobbled. Yep, he's getting very close to them right now. He's got to get by him.
He's got to get by him. I don't think you'll have a lot of trouble getting by the 88 car, but I don't think the 88 wants to give anything away to the 25 now.
Still there, clear. Still there, clear. Outside.
That's a tough one for a driver. Still there, clear.
Yeah, that is tough. Clear. There you go.
It's Rodney Combs, the spotter for Jerry Nadeau.
There you go, can't go.
So Nadeau to second. 2.5 seconds behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here comes Rudd on his teammate.
And I don't think that Dale Jarrett will hold up Ricky Rudd very much. I think he'll let him go. And give him a chance to go up and catch the 8 car.
That's exactly what he did, BT.
Hand out the window away from Rudd. Problem for him now is Dale Jr. is gone. Look at the interval. 3 seconds. It was 2.5 seconds just a little bit ago. A couple of laps ago.
But Dale Jr. didn't have traffic to contend with, so once the 28 car, Ricky Rudd, gets in some clean racetrack, he may be able to run him down.
30 to go, you're running third.
That's Rudd's team. Crew Chief Michael McSwain. Gordon by Harvick. That's 6th place. Gordon running in 6th, Rudd running in 3rd, Jarrett running in 4th. Rudd has led today, Jarrett has led today, Gordon has not. 5 bonus points for leading the lap in the championship.
Jeff Gordon's car is lucky to be running what he's been through today.
There's the interval. It was 2:22. But in another 5 laps, Rudd is going to lose 5 of those points because Dale Jr. is going to take back over the leading the most laps category again. Jeff Gordon been playing dodgeball right from the drop of the green flag. Lap 21, a wreck on the backstretch with Bill Elliott and Bobby Labonte. He sliced through the middle of that one. He bounced off Ricky Craven at lap 79, damaged his left front fender. They fixed that at lap 129. He spun Ron Hornaday out on the front stretch. 4 cars involved in the crash, but not Gordon. He slipped through the middle of that. They had a pit stop problem at 168. He fell back to 18th, picked his way up through the traffic. And through all that, he's running 6th. Tony Stewart. Tony got up and led one time for 3 laps today. As strong as he's been here at Dover, kind of a surprise and a letdown that he has been more of a threat to win this thing. I mean, he's still running in 5th place, but he has not been a threat to get up and lead.
He hasn't been nearly as fast as the 28 car of Ricky Rudd, the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I think before this is over, he might lose that spot to Jeff Gordon.
Dale Jarrett's car just has fallen off. Here comes Stewart to pressure him for 4th. Checking speeds, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running about a half a mile an hour faster than Ricky Rudd. He is opening up the gap.
And Jerry Nadeau is slower than Dale Earnhardt Jr., so he is driving away from all of his competitors.
Oh, Wilson may get a trip to victory lane.
I'll tell you one thing, if they win that race today with that soccer ball in there with Wilson in there, I bet you he'll be in this car each and every race that Junior runs in for a long, long time. Not that they're superstitious or anything.
There he
Now
is.
we're plus 3.5 now, 3.5. We're still faster.
Matt?
Well, Alan, we have well documented Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s fascination with the movie Castaway. We talked about Wilson, but if you talk to Dale Jr., at home in his pool is a raft. He and his posse members went to a local hardware store and bought provisions to build a raft. Right now it's in its R&D stages of styrofoam and wood, but he said next spring when they do their final version, they'd like to take it down the Mississippi. They said if Kyle Petty can do his charity ride across America, he and his posse members can go rafting down the Mississippi, and they're taking pledges to raise money. And of course, his sponsor has donated some styrofoam coolers to help out with the provisions.
I don't think I want to go.
No. 5th place. All right, I can't get him on the inside. How about the outside?
Okay, let's try it on the inside. That didn't work. And looks like he might have it. He does.
That's a pretty nice move. There's a crossover there from Gordon. He takes 5th, pushing Stewart back to 6th. Been a tough day for a number of drivers. Bill Elliott running, but 15 laps down after the early crash. Matt Cusick running, long time on pit road for overheating. He's 10 laps down. Johnny Benson, Mark Martin, Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte, all back on the track after time in the garage from accidents.
And the 32 car, Ricky Craven, has made an unscheduled stop and can't find out what's wrong with his car. He's now 5 laps down, running a great run he had going today. And here's Gordon trying to get by Dale Jarrett. Hey, Dave, what's going on with DJ? He's slipping back.
Well, BP, you know, one of the things that the teams look for in the tire sets that they put on the cars are that they be consistent so they can count on them and the numbers they put down every time. And according to Todd Parrott, as now Dale Jarrett is going to lose that position. According to Todd Parrott, the crew chief, this set of tires just does not match their expectations, what they thought they were going to do, and that is the trouble that Dale Jarrett is having right now.
In the slang that gets used around the garage area, they'll call that a bad set of tires. There's nothing wrong with the manufacture of the tires, but the performance characteristics don't match what the car wants at that moment.
They don't get what they wish for.
Yeah, these tires have a rate to them. And if the tires are not exact, you know, they're consistent, but they're not exact. So if you have a tire that, say, is a spring rate a little bit different than the last set, it's going to affect how the car handles. So you're kind of chasing the tires all day. And that last set obviously got away from them a little bit. And you got to ride it out until the next pit stop, get those tires off, make another adjustment.
Unfortunately for them, the timing of this problem, right, not going to be another pit stop.
They're out of passes.
Yeah. Stewart working on Jarrett for 5th place. So Jeff Gordon gets a most fortunate break with Rusty Wallace spinning out Ricky Rudd. He's going to absolutely minimize his point loss because he's running one position behind him on the racetrack.
Guys, I mean, I'm not trying to hype this thing up or what have you, but the last lap, Maydew was faster than Dale Earnhardt Jr. Marty, what's happening to the 25?
Yeah, Benny, it may not be over yet, although they are obviously running out of time. On the radio, Jerry Nadeau is being encouraged by a spot of Rodney Combs and his crew chief, Tony Furr. They're telling him that he is faster than Dale Earnhardt Jr., and there's trouble out on the racetrack.
Dale Jarrett spun around, backstretch. Contact with Tony Stewart. Caution is out for the 11th time in the race.
These guys are going to feel like nobody likes them after
Man,
today.
they're having a hard time.
Come on around here, spin around.
Rough driving has been an issue we've talked about a lot in our NASCAR Busch Series broadcasts. Looks like we're going to have some hot tempers at the end of this one today. Marty?
Well, guys, this is exactly what Jerry Nadeau needed. 2 laps before this, Tony Furr told him, if we could just catch up to Dale Earnhardt Jr., I think we can win the race because we're faster than him. This will give him that opportunity.
And Dale Jarrett will stop and change 4 tires, and he will be 14th with 10 laps to go. How much distance can he pick up?
See what happens here. Tony Stewart, big hole down there, and it just closed up. And actually, that's, you know, when Dale was, we were talking about the line he was running. He would drift up the racetrack. Then you remember we said he came back down to the bottom of the track, exiting the corner. Tough angle, but that's what it looked like happened.
And another guy who spun it over and didn't hit either wall.
We've seen that 3 times today. Is the 29 car picks the right way to go. As a matter of fact, every driver picks the right lane.
Pit road's open. Harvick's going to be the first one to come in, the 6th place car. Harvick, Marlin, Atwood, Elliott Sadler, Jimmy Spencer, Bobby Hamilton, and Dale Jarrett. Matt?
And Kevin Harvick comes in for his final service. You know, if you're not one of the top 3 or 4 or 5 cars, it does not cost you anything to try to come in and get some fresh tires. In fact, he was joking on the radio that his spotter had been talking to him so much it was bad memories of Fatback, or Fat Boy, I'm sorry. They head back down to Dave.
Dale Jarrett has pulled the 88 into the pit now, and they're going to put 4 tires on. I watched the tires going over the wall to see if they were borrowed. They are not. They all have 88 stickers on them. We're going to check real quick to see what the ones coming off have, just to make sure they weren't a borrowed set that might have spun them out. And I'll just try to get a quick look. Nope, they say 88 as well. So the tire problems they had were the sets that they had put together themselves today.
I remember Dale Jarrett's car handling very poorly as he slipped back in traffic, and then the contact with Tony Stewart. Restart's going to come with inside 10 laps to go. It'll be single file. This one's going to get exciting. Don't go away.